Welcome to Nissi News Bytes at 1.
Hello, a very good afternoon to you. A very warm welcome to you from wherever you're watching us from. This is Nissi News Bytes at 1. Remember, today is the 14th of July. I invite you to watch our news. On to our first news. A new Kenyatta University Council has been gazetted following Wainaina's abrupt resignation. This follows a standoff between the executive and the vice chancellor of Kenyatta University, Prof. Wainaina, who was reluctant in giving a title deed to surrender 410 acres of land to the government. Prof. Crispus of Kiemba is the new university chancellor chairman, even as the CS Education George Magoha says and defended the decision from the national government, saying that the 410 acres of land is okay to be given to the government. Our reporters tell us more.
Magoha were breaking ground for competency-based curriculum CBC classrooms at Pumwani boys say that all land belongs to the
government owns everything, including the land that I'm standing on. So if by the wisdom of the government is headed by His Excellency the President, he works with the cabinet ministers, including His Excellency the Deputy President. When government pronounces itself in a manner that you feel is repugnant to you as a person, the most honorable thing is to walk away, isn't it? But otherwise, I have nothing else to say. If I was the one, I would have done things much more differently than the way it was done. But everybody is a free country.
He added that even if the government was interested in a public school's land for investment purposes, the relevant stakeholders should let it go. He clarified that being in the possession of Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor Paul Wainaina, he would have resigned.
The government may decide that this school, the site is very good for a nuclear facility. Once it passes through the cabinet, who do you think you are that you are going to say you are not going to follow? It doesn't belong to you. In any case, for me, I'm counting days, isn't it? So if I feel that I'm being told, for example, to take money from people, I'll just walk away. I don't want to pronounce myself more than that. I hope you have been fully answered. Serikal is Serikal. It is by law established. So all land belongs to the government, and when they decide to use it for another purpose, there's a manner in which it.
This comes after claims that Wainaina resigned on Tuesday. However, there is no clarification or written documents from the institution showing that Wainaina resigned. Magoha's remarks comes after the Kenyatta University Council members declined a request that compelled them to hand over the institution's title deeds. According to a statement by the council and signed by the council's chair, Migot Adola, the title deeds will not be submitted to the head of public service, Joseph Kenywa.
To help us meet emergencies not just in Kenya but throughout the African continent. Halafu wewe unaenda kuweka breaks hapo kwa sababu, lakini bado nimebaki wiki 3. We shall deal with those individuals swiftly and effectively. Waende tutaenda nyumbani na wao.
This letter was a response to a previous direction from Kenywa requesting the varsity to hand over a section of its vast land. According to the letter from Kenywa, 30 acres will go to the World Health Organization emergency hub, while 190 acres will be donated to Kamai scooters in a resettlement scheme. Another 10 acres will be donated to Africa Center for Disease Control. Kenya also said that another 180 acres will go to the neighboring Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital, which already sits on 100 acres donated by the university 10 years ago. The new council is chaired by Prof. Crispus Kiamba, Jane Wamoko, Cerilas Odumbe, retired Major General Bashir Yusuf, Andrew Nyachonga, and Alice Muita as members. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaac Oweru.
Thank you. And now on to some political news. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition presidential candidate Raila Odinga has dismissed as inconsequential the forays made in coast by his main challenger, the Deputy President William Ruto, saying that the region has always stood with him and cannot be swayed. Speaking during a campaign stops in Kinango, Matuga, Lunga, Ukunda, and Nsabweni yesterday, Mr. Odinga said that Coast voters have always backed his bid for the presidency in previous elections, and he does not see that changing now. Our reporter tells us more.
The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate, however, expressed concerns over the opinion polls showing that many voters in the region were undecided on who to vote for. The latest opinion polls by TIFA and Infotrack have shown that 15% of voters in the coast region are undecided.
Mimi nina hakika kura ya maoni yote imeonyesha tunaongoza na tutazidi kuongoza. Kura ya maoni hayasemi uongo. Sisi hata wakati ile ilikuwa inasemekana tuko chini, tulikubali. Sasa tuko juu, tunakubali. Yeye alikuwa juu. Sasa kama hako chini anasema kura ya maoni ni uongo, ni uongo. Uongo ya nini? Kura ya maoni ni inafanyika kwa njia ya usayansi. Scientifically done, sivyo? Sivyo? Timu ya Azimio itashinda timu ya Kenya Kwanza, sio?
In February, DP Ruto picked Kwale Governor Salim Mvurya, who won the 2013 election on Mr. Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement ticket before joining Jubilee Party in 2017 and now is one of the principals in the DP Ruto Kenya Kwanza alliance. The move opened the battle with Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho on who will deliver the rich vote region to their respective political outfits. Kwale County has the third highest population in Coast Region and the third highest number of registered voters, standing at 320,708 votes. Mr. Odinga exuded confidence that ODM, led by its governor candidate Prof. Hamadi Boga, will trounce the Ruto-led United Democratic Alliance. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaac Waberu.
On to other news. Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa has hit back at Deputy President William Ruto, terming his remarks in Trans Nzoia as an insult. Wamalwa has asked the Deputy President to stop insulting him, as he did not insult him when he said William Ruto wanted to slap him. Wamalwa reiterated that what he said was that Ruto wanted to sack him, and that remains the truth. Our reporter gives us some more insight.
Reiterated that what he said about Ruto's plan to snap him was not an insult but the truth. Wamalwa said that the deputy president indeed wanted to slap him together with Fred Matiang'i beside plans to send him home. During his campaign in Trans Nzoia County, recently the deputy president William Ruto, when answering the CS remarks about slapping him, said that in his community women are not slapped, a statement that has been translated to mean he insulted the CS. On the other hand, Kakamega Governor has asked the Deputy President to respect Luya community. Oparanya wants Ruto to stop insulting the community leaders. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, I am Grace Mohio.
Thank you so much for that. And now to some good news to former Nairobi Governor. Former Nairobi Governor Mike Mbovi Sonko has finally been cleared to vie for Mombasa County gubernatorial race. Sonko had to wait for the Mombasa High Court to decide. Mike Sonko, who is vying for on the Wiper party ticket, will be on the ballot.
The people of Mombasa County waited eagerly for the court decision outside Mombasa High Court. The court decided to allow Mike Mbovi Sonko to run for Mombasa governor, saying IEBC denied the petition candidate expenditure without legal explanation.
It is in our considered view discriminatory that the third respondent would in the same breath, at paragraph G of the same media release, deny the petitioner's candidature in the face of his pending appeal to the Supreme Court.
Tumebakia na siku 26 peke yake za kuweza kufanya kampeni na kuingia katika ward 30 za Mombasa. Na tuna imani hizi siku 26 ni chache, lakini sisi tumejitolea kufanya kazi usiku na mchana kuhakikisha tumetembea katika jimbo lote la Mombasa, kuwashawishi watu wetu wa Mombasa wajue kuwa sisi ndio ambao tutaleza kuleta mageuzi ambao tumeyakosa kwa miaka 10 tangu gatuzi uletwe katika
Mandamus directed at the first and third respondents to accept the nomination papers submitted by the petitioner. We've made the last order that each party shall bear own costs.
Judge Olkawese, together with Judge Stephen Githinchi, said that IEBC was wrong for denying Sonko a chance to be heard despite having a case going on in the court. John Haminwa, Sonko's lawyer, said IEBC decision of denying Sonko the chance was the same as denying the people of Mombasa a chance to choose the leader that they want. With the court decision, campaign in Mombasa will be hot, seeing that 8 candidates plan to succeed Governor Hassan Joho. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes, I am Grace Moher.
Now on to some business news. Barely a fortnight after fuel prices in Uganda crossed the 6,000 Ugandan shillings, that is $1.61 mark per litre from petrol or diesel, the government says it has no solution for prices cut at the pump, even as they spiral out of reach for motorists on account of global dynamics in Eastern Europe. There are also fears that the next month Kenyan general election could disrupt supplies going by what is prevailing on the world market. The Commissioner for the Petroleum Supply in Uganda Ministry of Energy has said that, giving some of the optimism that there could be a downstream ripple effect internationally. But the industry players remain cautious, saying that while on a dip in crude oil prices is good, motorists in East Africa will continue to feel the pinch of the high prices at the pump until mid-August. Should prices continue to fall, Boniface Kipchirchir, the head of operation at the Starbucks International Uganda, said that the prices are expected to come down and stabilize perhaps next month. But the Kenya election might disrupt supplies to Uganda even when the prices have stabilized. Now, on to some international news. Russia and Ukraine made enough progress on resolving their dispute over blocked grain exports that a final agreement could be reached next week. The UN and Turkey said that after face-to-face talks in Istanbul, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that was hope that Russia and Ukraine negotiations could be reached at the finals, agreeing to free up the grain export through the Black Sea as soon as next week.
Delegations from Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, and the United Nations met face-to-face talks in Istanbul on Wednesday to discuss the issue. The delegations say that they are hoping that they will be able to reconvene very soon. Guterres said that he is sure that a final agreement will be reached. He said that there was a broad agreement on a united plan to ship millions of tons of grain blocked in Ukraine because of the war to world markets and enable Russia to also send out grain and fertilizer. Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar, who hosted the talks, said the parties agreed on joint controls at ports and on ways to ensure the safety of the transfer routes across the Black Sea. He was also positive that a final agreement could be announced next. Elsewhere, the US president will also visit Saudi Arabia, where he will have talks with Saudi officials and attend a summit of Gulf allies. Iran's nuclear program is set to be high on the agenda during his stay in Israel. United States President Joe Biden landed in Israel on Wednesday as he embarks on his first visit to the Middle East since he assumed office. Reporting for Nissi Television, my name is Shalom Wanjera.
Now, let's cross to our fields and get some sporting action. Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, is still focused on finishing on the podium at the World Athletics Championship despite a visa hitch that has delayed his travel. Omanyala's race is set on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Kenyan time, which is Friday 10:30 p.m. in Oregon. The heat are scheduled to 2:50 p.m. in Kenyan time on Saturday.
To obtain the visa and arrive in Oregon in time for the 100 preliminary set for the opening day of the championships on Friday, but by press time he was yet to secure it. He said what matters to him is getting on the start line on time for the race. Athletics Kenya official Barnaba Korir confirmed the hitch but said they are trying to handle it in good time for Omanyala's travel. Omanyala's race is set in Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Kenyan time, which is Friday 10:30 p.m. in Oregon. The heats are scheduled for 2:50 3:50 p.m. Kenyan time on Sunday. Omanyala is tipped to reach the semis, which will be run at 2 p.m. Kenyan time on Sunday, and potentially 3:50 p.m. final on the same day. The 26-year-old is worried that he is facing another race of his life to get a visa for his first ever World Championship race. Reporting for Nissi Television, I am Faith Danya.
Now, after signing Raheem Sterling from Manchester City, Chelsea is ready to sign Senegal defender from Napoli on a 4-year deal. Koulibaly, who has attracted interest from several Premier League clubs, joined Napoli from Genk in 2014 and has made 317 appearances from the Italian top flight. Faith Danya gives us more.
To sign Senegal defender Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli on a 4-year deal. The 31-year-old flew to London on Wednesday to undergo a medical and finalize the move before he joins Chelsea on their United States tour. Koulibaly, who has attracted interest from several Premier League clubs, joined Napoli from Genk in 2014 and has made 317 appearances for the Italian top flight side. Chelsea are also close to bringing in Manchester City back Nathan Ake. The pair would bridge the gap left by this summer's departures of Antonio Rudiger and Adrian Christen to Real Madrid and Barcelona, respectively. Reporting for Nissi Television, I am Faith Danya.
Thank you so much for watching. That's all we had for you here at Nissi News Bytes at 1. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can also follow us on all our social media platforms. That is Nissi News Bytes on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Nissi Television. Thank you. Remember, you can also follow us and follow on the next program, that is Destiny Show. I have been your host, Isaac Waweru, and my sign language interpreter, Grace Moher. Thank you. Have a good day.
Welcome to Nissi Television, the house of rest.